wait for nobody, so
Gotta
why
wait.
wait?
Why wait? Just the two of us.
It's just the two of us. That's right. It's another episode with your boys, Chris and Kris.
Sup? Finally.
Because Mikey went
This is a weekly
to
routine.
yep, Mikey couldn't make it. He had to leave town for something. I don't remember. I read it, but I didn't process it.
I mean, it's not bad. Like, he's not like has to leave
No.
town because of bad.
No, he's
He's
not
not
skipping
running
town
from
because he killed
anything.
somebody or something.
No, yeah.
And then Tim had to work. So
He's got to quit working so much.
I know,
The hospital
but
don't need him that much.
I know.
Thank you. They use him.
Yeah, but
Tim being used.
I don't blame him. That's he's making good money.
And people are going to be there when you show up tomorrow anyway. So
Yeah, they'll still be there. Don't
they'll still
worry.
be, they'll still be there.
Anyways, it's I don't know this. I don't want to say I don't have the energy for the episode, but I do, and it's like I don't know. There's just not been a lot come out. I'm not really. There's not a lot to talk about for like the uh movie sense. Um, did you
Well, I mean,
watch the
it's.
latest episode of Mando?
I fell asleep during it. Is all they do is just walk through the caves?
No, there's actually action in it. They like fight. There's a fight.
They gotta get rid of that stupid little green thing. I'm tired of the cuteness. It's stupid.
You're stupid. That's one of the best parts of the episode.
It is not. It is the
He's
worst.
so
part.
cute.
I said this last week.
Did you?
I did. Empire was the best because they didn't have little cutesy ass stupid critters taken away from the storyline.
What do you call the abominable snowman?
But the Wampa,
Yeah, the Wampa. He
he
ain't
wasn't
cute.
cute.
Oh, come on now. He had a face only a mother could love.
Well, I mean, this is true, and I mean, you do have sympathy for a one-armed Wampa walking through Hoth, trying to eat and cook and whatever he is, he does.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I fell asleep during it, so I got to go and rewatch like the last half of it.
You're such an old man.
It just didn't capture my attention. He's still not Mandalorian, and he's just doing these like side quests.
Well, they gotta give us 10 episodes.
That's exactly. I'm waiting for another episode of Boba Fett, to pop up and like the Mandos and
I'm gonna be honest with you. When it started with the Tatooine, I was like, "Huh, are we gonna get Boba Fett?"
I was wondering,
But
I watched most of it.
It's really good, but you know what the hardest part is for me is I watched The Last of Us, and then I watched this or Mando.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like all I watch is Pedro Pascal anymore. And all he's doing is carrying around a child, taking him somewhere.
That's what he does. That's the.
Yep, that is Pedro Pascal anymore. He is the babysitter.
He's like a babysitter.
Is he gonna be the new babysitter? After The Rock.
I can't. It might be. He's driving around in that. You ever see that TikTok where he's driving around in that car with Nicolas Cage? He looks over and gives you that goofy smile.
Oh yeah, well, that movie, the Nicolas Cage movie. I think it was legitimately called Nick Cage. That was.
I want to see it.
I keep forgetting about that movie. And
I
it
know.
looks really good.
I keep forgetting too. I was going to go see Casablanca on Sunday, but I had a headache all day long. And it went into Monday. I don't know. I don't know if it's because. So check this out. So, I drive the equipment for the Kokomo Show Choir, right? Because Josie's in show choir.
Yeah.
And all the parents of these kids are losers because none of them volunteer to help. And I'll put them on blast right now. I don't care. Help your kids. Jeez. So anyway, so we had to go to this one school because this little jazz ensemble was performing first. So that was in DeKalb. That was at DeKalb High School, which is north of Fort Wayne, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we go from there, we go to East Noble, which is east of Fort Wayne. So I have a 4x4 pickup truck with about a 20-foot trailer in the back, right?
Mm-hmm.
With all the equipment on it. And the bus driver, stupid as she is, was she leaves the school at DeKalb and takes a right. And I'm like, where are we going? Now, mind you, it snowed Friday night / Saturday morning, right?
Dude, it rained legit like almost 24 hours here straight.
Yeah, and then up north it turned to snow. They had a couple
Jeez.
inches on the ground. This stupid bitch drives through the freaking countryside to get to the second high school. And I'm dragging this trailer on like a lane and a half of a road. Because she's following her. I'm like, why aren't we going out to the interstate? Why aren't we going out to the interstate? We should have went out to the interstate. I was so freaking mad and I was so tensed up and I'm like, why am I driving through a John Denver song right now? That's the way I felt. I was so freaking mad. It's like, oh
Country
good,
roads.
look, a 60-foot drop with water at the bottom of it that I can just drive off of, and because you want to take a quote unquote shortcut. Like, why would you do that? So, I mean,
Was she in a big bus or a little bus?
she was in a big bus. She was in a school bus.
I
Why
didn't
would you
know,
take why would you take a school bus that direction?
Because we smart.
Holy shit. So anyway, so the trailer has these shelves built in it, and then they've got these like it's screwed onto. It's like these little brackets. It's screwed onto the wall of the trailer at the front of the trailer, nearest to where the hook is, right? So we get back to Kokomo, and those straps, they're metal straps, with the holes in them,
Yeah.
have broken off, and that shelf has fallen down. And I'm pretty confident it's because she took us across, the John Denver song to get to the second school. That it because I mean that trailer was all over the place. It was bouncing sideways, this, that, and the other. I guarantee it wore those straps out and broke it. So, I don't know if I'll be able to. Probably got in trouble for that one, but I'm just a driver.
Hey, you're only a volunteer. It's not your fault.
It wasn't my fault. I'm just following the bus driver.
Mm-hmm.
Next time I see her do that, if I ever, I guess I won't. But we're going to Lawrence Central this weekend, so that's
Where's
off
Lawrence Central?
It's off of 465
Oh.
on the east side of Indianapolis. It's off of 56th Street.
Ah.
Before you get to Pendleton Pike, that way. But it's on Pendleton Pike, so. But we did stop at Chick-fil-A on the way back. That was kind of cool. So.
Did you have to pay?
No, I didn't have to pay. The teacher paid for it.
Well, there you go.
So I got a milkshake, which I was going to get a milkshake anyway.
See, I wouldn't have made them buy a milkshake. I would have bought the milkshake myself, but I would have had them pay for my sandwich or something.
Well, I got the combo. I was gonna get. That's what I was gonna get anyway. I didn't order a special because she was paying. That was my plan to order because I had a Coke in the truck. So I'm like, I don't want to buy a Coke and then have a Coke that I've already been drinking.
Mm-hmm.
So plus that milkshake that hit the spot. That was good.
Dude, I want their I've been craving their peach milkshake, and it's almost time. Only a few more months.
They got good milkshakes. That chocolate milkshake was good. And the school food was better this time. I had pizza and a breadstick. They did have chicken sandwiches. They were from McDonald's, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were freaking burnt. Like, there was black on them. Like, one of the kids, I sat down. I went and got some cookies because they sell cookies. And I sat down with because there's boys in the group. There's like 5 boys now in the group, so I chaperone the boys, and so a couple of them was eating, so I went with them to eat, and they had chicken sandwiches, and they were burnt, like they were black on one side of the chicken sandwich. So I'm like, don't buy. And last week the chicken sandwich tasted like school food chicken sandwich, like it wasn't even good, like frozen chicken.
Hey, now at Western, the school food, the school chicken sandwich was bussin'.
This was not good. It wasn't very good. So that's why I got pizza. I'm glad I got pizza. And I'm like, don't buy chicken sandwich at a competition unless it's from Chick-fil-A. So, what you call it? I probably have. I think they'll have Chick-fil-A this weekend, so we'll get Chick-fil-A. Then I'll continue. I'll start to. I can eat again on Saturday.
There you go. Don't jump right into it. You'll upset your stomach probably.
Well, I mean, I eat. I'm just not eating a lot. Because I'm tired of being fat, and I'm like, I gotta lose weight quick. So I've been Googling how to lose weight quick. It's not healthy. That's why you don't stay on it for very long.
You know what you do? You take a knife and chop it off.
Right? Get a vacuum. Get a shop vac.
Get a shop vac, cut a little hole.
Cut a hole in it, suck it out. But I've been having. It's worked out so far. I mean, it's not. I figured it would only be horrible like the first 2 or 3 days. So it's like today, it's not horrible, but I do. I have protein shake for breakfast, and I drink coffee all morning. And I did that when I was on the bus. So that's really no different than what I did when I worked for, when I drove the bus. So, but instead of having lunch, I'm having a bowl of cream of wheat, which is very it's like bland. So I put cocoa in it because cocoa don't have sugar. So I make them cocoa weeds. I put sweetener and cocoa in it and stir it up. That's good. And then I made Jell-O with whipped cream, and that was pretty good. And then I do eggs for dinner. And then I have a protein shake like after work. Because they're gross. Somehow Walmart, I used to buy the Equate protein shakes. They've changed it, and it's like a gross liquid Tootsie Roll at the start.
Ew.
Yeah. So I'm trying to suck those down. I'm going to buy me another brand tomorrow because it's got to be low sugar. But it's working, so I'll have normal food this weekend, and then Monday back to this.
Yummy.
And then, which if you start off like, you ever had the South Beach diet? You ever heard of it?
I've heard about it, but I don't know anything about it. All I hear is South Beach diet. South Beach diet.
It's essentially what I'm doing now. It's you can have Jell-O, you can have a cheese stick. It's extremely like very zero to low carb the first 2 weeks. Then you start you start out like that. Then you start introducing carbs back into your diet slowly, and it helps you lose weight. So, between tenderloins and French fries that I've been cooking and pizza, I figured if I do this, I can lose some weight before May. So, desperate times call for desperate measures. So I can still have chicken. I can have chicken. I can have tacos on Sunday. I can have chicken tacos that have low carb wraps.
So we went to Aldi for grocery shopping, and they had some fish, and they had catfish. So I bought some catfish, and I made it today. Oh, it was so good. I love catfish.
How did you cook it?
At first I was like, I'm gonna deep fry it, and I was gonna use my grandma's recipe.
Oh, deep fried catfish is good.
But I didn't. I don't trust myself with it. Let's put it that way. So I baked it, and it was really good.
Did you season it, or did you bread it? Or?
I seasoned it. I didn't bread it.
Okay.
But I seasoned it.
Catfish is good. I like catfish.
Yes, but it was for what I got. I don't think it was worth the $8. No. But then again, it's not like I go fishing as much as I used to.
Yeah. This is true.
So it's just one of those things. It's like, yes, I can go fish and get it myself, and that's what I used to do. But do I really go fishing anymore? No.
No, you don't.
So, you know what? I bought it from Aldi and I made it and it was pretty good.
I got fish up in I got whitefish and pollock, I think, up in the freezer. So I'll have that when I get done doing what I'm doing for the next 2 weeks. I'll have that for dinner. Get some veggies, you know,
Hmm.
and I'll cook some fish up, or I make fish tacos. I can make fish tacos. I really like fish tacos. It's good fish tacos, and I like them.
Kimberly started making fish tacos, and they'd be really good.
I like it because like each little it comes in these little pieces, and then you can only have to thaw out like one or two, and then you cut them up in little bitty pieces, and that makes like 2 or 3 tacos. That's dinner for a night. So, but I think I'm gonna start doing that again. I gotta do something. I can't. If I keep doing what I'm doing, I'm gonna be 390 pounds. So I'll do the protein shake for a while, and I'll do oatmeal instead of buying cereal. Cereal.
Yeah, I eat cereal because it's better for me, but it's like not really better for you.
It's not better for you, but it's convenient. Like I can, like there's no preparation. Like if I like for like breakfast in the morning, if I want eggs, I have to prepare the eggs. I have to cook the eggs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cereal, I pour in a bowl and pour milk in it, and I'm good to go.
See,
So
that's my thing. I just don't want to like. I know it's lazy of me, but I just don't want to get up early and like make my food. I just want to get up and have it.
the only way you could do it is if I wanted a couple scrambled eggs maybe and like some milk to drink, instead of scrambling them, I would have to hard boil them. An egg's an egg, right?
Yeah.
So I could eat hard boiled eggs. I could eat a couple hard boiled, but and then I wouldn't. There would be no preparation. I would just peel them all at the same time, and then I could just sit down, eat the eggs, and pour something to drink. I guess I could do that, but I just want to try this for 2 weeks and see how much weight I lose and see how it goes. And if it works for 2 weeks, I might do it another two just because, just see what happens,
Hmm.
And then if it warms up, because I'm stupid and lazy, I can go walking. I thought about going out to what you call it, the park. That park. What's the park? Jackson
Morrow.
Morrow. Yeah.
Hey, when I first started, so in high school, I started going to Jackson Morrow after school every day and walking around. And then I started going to the gym, and now that's what I do mostly. Just go to the
It's just a little over a mile. So I mean, it wouldn't
It
take what 15 minutes to walk around that.
Yeah, it is a mile. I thought.
It's just I think it's 1.3.
Oh,
So just over a mile and a third. But still, I can walk that in 15, 20 minutes. Then go to the Cone
yeah.
Palace and get ice cream. No, I'm just kidding. I walked. I'm going to go reward myself.
Hey, I deserved this. I burned
Ex-
500 calories, so I'm going to eat 600 calories.
Give me the extra candy on that puppy chow, uh, whatever it is. I don't know what theirs are called. I need to lose weight. Ice cream season's coming up. Me and Josie be going over back to Peru to the Double Dip because they got the best ice cream. They really do.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a sucker for frozen custard.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but frozen custard is my jam. And I think Home Palace is overrated. I like Culver's, but Culver's is a little expensive, but it's our go-to here in Richmond.
Dude, I had Culver's a week or two ago. Man, it was so good.
Yeah, but they're so dang expensive.
Yeah, it was. It was like $13 for a cheeseburger and fries.
Yep. Yep.
That's a goal. Yeah, Culver's is expensive, but I like Cone Palace. I mean, their burgers aren't super great, but they're edible. But I do like their fried mushrooms.
Hmm.
And their ice cream's doable because there's no other ice cream place open in the wintertime. Except Dairy Queen and Beyond.
Culver's, for Wendy's, McDonald's,
Yeah, McDonald's they never
Home
have
Palace.
their ice cream's never their ice cream machine's always broken. Yeah,
Well,
but I
they
can
say
get
it's broken, but
they
it's
always say
actually it just needs to be cleaned.
they
Did you
won't do
hear
it.
about this?
Yes, it's
Okay.
like not broken in any other country but America.
Yeah. So the company that makes the ice cream machine, for people that don't know, the people that don't know the company that makes the ice cream machine for McDonald's actually started putting sensors in their machines, to know why it's broken, and come to find out that it's not broken. The McDonald's crew just isn't doing the regular cleaning of the machine because it needs to be cleaned at like once a week or something
Yeah,
for it to work properly, and they're just not cleaning it properly, so the machine shuts down. So they say it's broken. So the company is suing McDonald's for like $1 billion
they
because
should.
of it. They should, because it's a bad name for their company, and who would want to buy their machine if it's always broken?
I agree. McDonald's got worse problems. I went there like a couple weeks ago.
Hmm.
It was late Saturday night. Where did we come back from? Is that when we went to Center Grove? I think it's when we went to Center Grove. Yeah. So I was there at like 12:30, 12:35 in the morning,
Yeah.
and I ordered fairly quickly. I sat in that line for 25 minutes. And because the only other place that's open is White Castle, and I really didn't want White Castle
Hmm.
because I just wanted to eat and go to bed. White Castle will upset your stomach. You've got to let that stuff sit on you.
Yeah.
So I get up to the window, and this girl's swearing like a sailor. And I hear, she's like, "Can you drop fries?" And I hear a voice go, "That's not my job." And I'm like, "Dude, you got to line out the ass, and you're going to tell this girl that's not your job?" That's the problem with McDonald's.
Jeez.
They don't care.
Well, no, they don't. And at the same time, do I blame some of their workers? No, but at the same time, it's your job.
I mean, how hard is it to pour fries in a thing and drop it in the oil? I've done it. It takes like a minute.
Hmm.
It's not hard.
Um, so when I worked for those of you who don't know, I worked at a liquor store for like 3 years, and I worked the 4 to 1 a.m. shift. Um, and I went to McDonald's one night, and it's the one over there by Kroger and
Oh, on Lincoln,
yeah,
that
the
one's the
worst one in
worst.
town. But it's on my way home, so I went
Okay.
there and I order, and I pull up to the window, and I'm sitting there, and I'm sitting there. No one else is in line. It's me. I'm sitting there, and after like 8 minutes, someone comes to the window, looks at me, and walks away. And I just left. I just left.
I was at the one on Markland in 31. It's just as
That one's
bad.
usually pretty good
Not
because
at
it's like
night.
the busiest. It's like the busiest one.
Well, you would think that I thought I would get in and out fairly quick.
So, Sunday, her parents were in town because she had a concert, and they came to watch her perform. And we went to Frisch's Big Boys. Usually a
Dude,
pretty good restaurant.
I ain't been to Fritch's in a long time.
Yeah, it's a good restaurant. We go in, and we're sitting there waiting to be seated, and I look around, and everyone kind of gives us um the eyes of like, hey, we're here against our will type of look. Nothing bad like that, but it's like the look of like, help me look, if you know what I mean. Like, you
Uh-huh.
go to a restaurant and it's bad service, and they're kind of giving you the eyes to look to get out of here. So we get seated, and the hostess, the first red flag was the hostess said, your server, your waiter's either going to be this person or this person. I actually don't really know. And she walks off, and I'm like, okay. I didn't think anything much of it, but it was a red flag in my head.
Right.
And we're seated right where we can see into the kitchen. and there's food just sitting there. And I look around and there's people with like just waiting for their food, but there's like food just piling up on the counter. And one of the waiters comes out for another that was red flag 2. Red flag 3 was he comes out. I already have an issue with people that have AirPods in their ear when they're working. Like,
Yeah,
I
it
find
drives
that
me
very
nuts.
disrespectful if you have an AirPod in your ear and you're helping me. I find that very disrespectful because you're sitting there listening to music, not caring. Like, I got on people when I was a manager about that because I was like, that's unprofessional. And
It is. I
I
agree.
know, you're in the service industry and blah blah blah, but you know, you're you're in an industry and you should be somewhat professional. Anyways, he comes out and goes back in. He cleaned up something and went back in. And granted, about 20 minutes later, we sit there for like 20 minutes. He comes out with some food for a table, puts the food on the table, looks at us, and walks away.
Doesn't say
Fine,
anything.
doesn't say anything to us. I don't know if he was a waiter or just a server or whatever. We get up and leave. Like we legit like somebody was walking out of the kitchen. We just walk past and leave.
So you didn't even eat. You left the food on the
We
table.
never even got asked for a drink order.
Oh, really?
Yes.
God, what is wrong with people these days? Holy crap!
I don't know.
I haven't been out to eat in a while. So other than that McDonald's experience, other than Chick-fil-A, and that kid at Chick-fil-A on Saturday night, it was the one by the mall, the mall in Fort Wayne. He was a little too perky for me. Like, dude, I don't know how you do it. He's like, "Welcome to Chick-fil-A. Can I get your name, please?" I was like, "Oh my god, how's this guy so perky?" Good for him, you know.
Have you noticed other restaurants are starting to say "my pleasure"?
Yeah, they're trying to steal from Chick-fil-A, but they still do shitty service and their
Yeah,
delivery.
they do their best, but it ain't working for them.
No. Like, I mean, even when we go to Ford Garage, like, I love Ford's Garage. Like, that's my new favorite restaurant. But even their service is questionable. It's not that great. I don't remember. Usually, you know where I only get good service is, and it's not really that great of food anymore, is Texas Roadhouse.
No, the Texas Roadhouse in Kokomo has a bad rap for us now. We we went there and the the waitress actually came to us and told us she forgot to put our order in. So
Well,
we
there could be 1,000 different reasons behind that
yeah, but
we
she
don't
had
know.
walked by us like 5 times and like she never brought us more rolls and she never refilled our drinks.
See, that's bad. That's just bad training.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not. You know what? They're not filling up drinks as much as they used to either. I've noticed that. I've had to
More
ask.
ice.
Yeah, more ice. I've had to ask for, can I get a refill, please? Except for Ford Garage. I mean, I get a refill, but it's usually like when I'm almost done with my dinner that they send me a refill, as opposed to, um, yeah. But yeah, like soda's like freaking $3.50 or more at a restaurant, and then it's full of ice. Or if I order a drink, like if we go to like Chick-fil-A, or not even Chick-fil-A, because I can get a refill. Um, but like if I go to Comb Palace and get, or a drive-through soda pop, like you go to like
Yeah.
Max's or something, I always tell them light ice every single time, because they will fill that bitch up with ice
Yeah,
all the
you'll
way to
get
the top.
more ice than anything else.
Yeah. So I definitely say light ice. But the Chick-fil-A was good though. It was good. I'm not gonna lie. Place was packed. I want a good restaurant though. I want to try something different other than Ford's Garage. I want their food. I got this burger. I don't know what it was. It was like it was like a cheeseburger, but it had onions and peppers on it.
Uh-huh.
It was really really good last time I went. And then Josie got shrimp and mac and cheese. Like they have shrimp and mac and cheese together, and their mac and cheese is really good. It's not dry. It's got good flavor. So good, nice and cheesy. But Right now, that's probably one of the best restaurants we've been to. Because I try other ones, they always like these 50s cafes or something.
Yeah.
It's always mediocre, and the fries are frozen, and I'm tired of that. I can do that at home. I can buy frozen French fries up and make them in my own house.
Yeah, I can pop them in the air fryer, and they're actually not half bad.
That's exactly right. I do. I pop that's what I do. I have I get the Walmart crinkle fries because they're like $2 something a bag.
Mm-hmm.
That gives me 3 meals out of it, and I always use the air fryer for that. And because if I'm making, like, I'll do tenderloins, I'll buy like the frozen tenderloins, and if I cook those in the oven, it takes as long to cook that in the oven as it does to cook French fries. Or if I'm doing cheeseburgers, I put them in first, and then wait a few minutes and then cook my cheeseburgers, and then it all comes out together. So they get done. And I like air fryer French fries. And that's what it tastes like in some of these places.
I mean, that's all they do. They just buy them in bulk and throw them in a fryer.
Yeah, but I mean,
they're not fresh cut like Five Guys.
What else? What is it? The Stub restaurant. They have fresh potato French fries too.
Which one?
Is it Penn Station? Is that the one? I think. Hang on, I got a cup over here. They had it in the Indy 500. Hang on, what is it from? Yeah, Penn Station. Penn Station has. They cut their French fries.
I haven't been to the. I always wanted to go to Penn Station there in Kokomo and never went.
It's not. It's good. I think it's. I mean, I'm not going to rush out there because it's expensive too.
Wait, is Penn Station's the new one there next
by
to
Walmart?
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the one by Five Guys?
That's Charlie's.
Never liked them. Every time I went there, my food was burned.
Really, I love Charlie's. They're good.
Yeah. Every time I went to Charlie's, it was burned. So I went there twice, never went back.
I always had good luck at Charlie's. And then there's a place in Indianapolis I like to go. They have good French fries. Well, Bub's Burgers, that's really good too. There's one in Carmel, and I think there's one in Westfield.
Mm-hmm.
Now where they've got everything else, like it used to be like McDonald's. That's where we would stop at McDonald's when we went to Comic-Con. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
The McDonald's in Westfield.
Oh, yeah.
Well, now there's there's Dairy Queen there, and there's Culver's, and there's something else. Portillo's is there, Chick-fil-A's there, which is not as good as the one in Carmel. But there's a Bub's Burgers in there, and you can get like an elk burger.
Ooh.
It's really good. And then there's Ted's Montana Grill, which is in Indianapolis. It's off of, I think it's off of 86th Street, 86 and 465. There's a movie theater there and a Dick's. It's in that plaza there. It's expensive. It's like $22 for like a bison burger and French fries, but I think they make the best French fries.
Mm-hmm.
By far the best French fries.
You reminded me. It's been a minute since I looked at guests for Indy Comic-Con when you said Comic-Con. So let's see who we got.
They added 2 today.
Did they now?
Yes.
All right. So let's see. Have we talked about this on the podcast yet?
Well, they have had like a bunch of nobodies. Essentially, they added 2. I mean, I've heard of them.
I mean, I've heard of these people, but it's not anything. Like the only big name right now. Okay, so the big names right now are D. Bradley Baker, who is the voice of the clones in the Clone Wars animated stuff.
See, to me, that's not a big name.
Big name. Jodie Benson, voice actor for Little Mermaid.
That's a big name.
Sean Schimmel, he goes to everything now but Goku.
Yeah, he's turned into Jason David Frank.
Very neat. I don't know, say a very cult following is probably Jeremy Shatta. He is a voice actor in Adventure Time.
Nope.
James Arnold Taylor plays Obi-Wan in Clone Wars.
Nope.
Paul Williams, He
Nope.
plays in Batman animated. I don't know who he is. He's in the Muppets.
That's nothing. That's funny.
John Glover, Fear the Walking Dead and Batman animated series. Don't really know who he is.
Nope. Nobody.
Holly Marie Combs.
There
Charmed.
you go.
Don't know who she is, but she's in
Holly
Charmed.
Marie Combs was in Charmed.
Doesn't help me.
It was on the WB. It was a big series, actually.
I mean, I've seen Charmed, but I just bleh.
She's one of the sisters.
Rose McGowan, I know that name, and I've seen her in other stuff other than Charmed.
She was in Scream.
Yeah.
She was.
And then I can't remember the one where they had the poster with the girl with the gun on her leg. I forget the name of that.
That's was that Death Proof or Planet Terror?
That was Planet Terror,
which was really good.
Yes.
Both of those.
Thea Rossi's a big name for Sons of Anarchy and Luke Cage. Sons of Anarchy is kind of no one cares about that anymore, in my opinion.
I would meet Rose McGowan. I would.
Yeah. Garrett. Yeah. Garrett Hedlund, Tron.
Like, who's their Q&A's going to be?
I don't know. Tom Welling, Smallville, and Lucifer. The big name so far is Charlie Hunnam. Sons of Anarchy, Pacific Rim.
And Rose McGowan.
Yes. And then animated people, but I know you don't care about them.
And Holly Marie Combs. But right now, to me, Rose McGowan's the biggest name there. Which, I mean, she does good work. She's in Jawbreaker. She was excellent in Scream. She was so good in Scream. That's iconic. That rejuvenated. That movie rejuvenated horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was a dead genre until Scream came out. So, she got clout for that. That's for sure.
They haven't announced any panels yet, of course, but we got 57 days.
Is it late? To me, it seems like they're like running late on.
No, it used to always be in April, May, but then COVID kind of messed it up. So.
Yeah, but I mean that's all over with. Like, what's taking so long to announce celebrities?
Well, I think they're taking longer to announce them instead of all at once this time.
I don't know.
And I think they've learned their lesson not to,
And what the hell are we going to do for lunch?
Chick-fil-A is still there. It's just not at the mall.
No, yeah, you got to walk a block or two, which that's no big deal. But we take our life into our own hands because now people are getting shot down by Lucas Oil. So,
oh, I didn't know that.
It happened.
Just come strapped.
It happened last night.
Oh, I don't watch the news, so. But just come strapped.
I watch it in the morning. I watch it to see what the weather's going to be like because I don't ever go anywhere, but I like to know what's going on with the weather.
We got Mikey and his guns. Come on now.
Right. I don't think Mikey's coming this year. I'm going to predict. And I know he'll listen to this, but I don't care. I predict Mikey will not be going to Comic-Con this year.
My money is he will be.
Okay. Well, so what we'll do is this is a bet for an imaginary $1 million.
All right.
So whoever becomes a multi-millionaire, like you got to have like $50 million. Whoever becomes a millionaire first and wins the bet or loses if they win the bet or lose the bet, they have to pay the other person $1 million. So we'll bet each other $1 million.
Okay. And what happens when since you're older and might happen to you first? What happens if I make $1 million and you're millionaire and you're not around anymore?
Then that's the bet dies with the individual.
Okay. I was gonna say, do you mean like drop you $1 million on your grave? Just drop you a fat stack on your dead body?
Like rain, let it rain like on my casket, after they were dead.
Or what? I'll donate the money. How about that?
Donate. Put my name on the side of an Indy car. How about that?
Okay.
I'm sure a team will take $1 million.
I'll put your ashes in an Indy car.
There you go, and then there you go. There you go. That's what happens. So imaginary $1 million bet. I say he will not be going, and you say he will. So, yes. Okay, we'll see what happens. And I know Josie wants to go, so I'm sure she'll be tagging along with me because she's the only person in town that I have. I get though. I hear like I hear that I can see why she's. I don't get why she's not friends with those people in her choir, but then I get why she's not friends in her choir because they talk behind people's back because they're girls.
They're high school.
They're high school girls. That's exactly right. So I get why she's not friends with them, but they're good kids. But I'm excited for Comic Con. We got Comic Con and the track opens the next week. I'm pretty stoked. That's gonna be a busy month for me. And I think at the end of this month, I think we're going to the zoo. As long as weather holds up. I don't want to go when it's 40 degrees outside. And last week of March, first week of April, we could get 75, we could get 64, or we could get 30.
I know, like one day I have my windows open and living live. The next day, I have a sweater on.
Yeah, it was chilly out today, and it's supposed to rain and be cold this weekend, which makes sense. It's regionals.
Mm-hmm.
It always has cold weather at regionals. So, that's Saturday. I can't go. I would like to. At the Berry Bowl, Kokomo is good this year.
I'll be back in Kokomo this weekend.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, if they
anybody who's listening that lives in Kokomo, hit up your boy. Actually, I'll be busy all weekend anyways. So.
Yeah, I'll be in Indianapolis, and not like fun Indianapolis, like when we go shopping for music. Fun Indianapolis, like stuck in a school all day.
Mm-hmm. Could be worse.
I mean, it's fun. I enjoy it. It gives me something to do. I mean, I would just sit around the house and do nothing, like literally all day, if I didn't do this. That's the way I look at it. Plus, I get to interact with people. I hang out with the boys more than I do the girls, so because they're funny. And there's this one kid, like he watches South Park, like he knows South Park episodes.
Is he the one that you're trying to get her to talk to?
Yeah, he's one that works at the movie theater. But he's a good kid.
I remember. So, high school, I was friends with 3 people that worked at the movie theater. Mikey, we had a friend Eric, and there was somebody else. I forget his name. Let's just say I got into a lot of free movies.
It helps. I always got into. I went to high school with a kid who worked at when the mall had a movie theater, the Markle Mall.
Oh, that was a nice theater until they built a new one.
And I could get into
have cup holders.
I could get into R-rated movies, even though I wasn't 17 yet. He would let me in. So
my dad would get me into R-rated movies because, parental.
Well, I went with friends, so
Mm-hmm.
They could be 17 or 18. I was 16, but he was still letting me into R-rated movies. But at that point, like, there was a frozen custard shop in the mall, and we always used to buy flavored pop there. You could take your Coke into the movie with you.
Well, them were the days when they didn't care about bringing in outside stuff.
Well, that was the only one I knew of. I don't think you could do that at the Kokomo Mall.
Well, but also I want to say it's probably you can still get stuff in. I had a friend sneaking in rallies to a movie one time.
Like, shoot, I told you about the time in Florida when the guy went out and got some chicken wings.
Yeah, you did.
Brought some chicken wings in. That was the dollar theater, the discount theater. So I'm pretty sure.
Well, like Mikey said, as long as you're not, he worked there for how many years, and he said, as long as you're not obvious, like I don't care.
Right. I mean, I could see how you could probably sneak a bag of burgers in there. I could see that.
You could sneak a pizza in there if you really wanted to.
Me and Josie snuck candy in there, but I get drinks, so.
Well, I sneak stuff in there too. My dad used to bring a bottle, or not a bottle, like a can of Coke in.
I've brought in bottles of Coke because they're $6. It's like $5, $5.50 for a Coke.
Well,
I can get a 20-ounce for $2.
I make it a point to always buy something from the concession stand to give them money because I don't want my movie theaters to close down.
Well, when I was married and broke, because I wasn't allowed to spend money on anything I wanted to do fun, I would have to buy my candy and pop and sneak it in. Because I think when we went to Rogue One, I think I stuck candy and soda in. Because all I could afford was the ticket to the movie. But now, I want to keep my theater open. I want to. There's a lot of good stuff coming out though in the next few months.
There's a movie coming out soon that I kind of want to see. I can't think of what it is.
Scream comes out this weekend.
That's one.
Shazam comes out the week after.
I'm excited for Shazam.
I am excited for Shazam, and then it just goes from there. But what's the Memorial Day weekend one? Is that the Little Mermaid?
Yeah, I'm not
going to go see that.
You got to go see it?
No, I'm not going to go see it.
Oh, I thought you said I got to see that.
No, not unless I have a date and she's like super hot and wants to go see it. But we know that ain't happening because that's race weekend. So, we're not going to go see that one. And then of course, Fast 6 comes out in May, which I'm not going to see. Don't Guardians come out soon? Guardians 3.
Dude, I don't know if I've talked about this in a podcast lately, but I am so like not caring about superhero movies. Like Black. Of course, I wasn't interested in Black Panther to begin with because I didn't think the first one was good.
Right.
Then I didn't care about. I loved Ant-Man 1 and 2, and Ant-Man's one of my favorite characters. I don't care.
I think a lot of people are getting burnt out on him.
Because it's the same thing every single time.
It is, a being from another planet or, I don't know, time zone or time frame or, they come to Earth and the superhero has to fight him from taking over the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same. I mean, I'll go see Guardians 3 because,
Guardians.
It's Guardians, and I do like Chris Pratt and I like Karen Gillan. And
I'll watch. Don't get me wrong. I will watch Black Panther 2 at some point. I'm not gonna not watch it, and then I will watch, and I'm gonna watch Ant-Man 3 when it comes out on Disney Plus. But I'm not gonna go pay for it.
They're shooting Joker now, the sequel to the Joker. It's being shot. I want to see that.
Who's playing Harley?
Lady Gaga.
Oh yeah, Lady Gaga is playing Harley.
Yes. So I'm kind of stoked about it. Shazam, I just want to see Shazam. I think that'll be good. It looks good. And that's not like a superhero movie. That kind of like makes fun of itself. And of course, whenever Deadpool comes out.
Yes. Don't get me wrong. There's certain
ones I'll watch. Yeah.
Yeah. When the next Batman, I'll watch that. And probably, it's not that I'm not going to watch them. It's just I'm not going to go out of my way to go to the, first showing like I usually would.
Yeah. I miss those midnight premieres, man. Those were fun.
I miss actual midnight premieres.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Midnight premieres. Those were so much fun.
Yeah, because you had the actual hardcore movie fans. Now it's like 7:00. You got people bringing their kids, and it's like, no, I want to be there with the actual, like, people like me who, yes, I got to wake up and go to work tomorrow, but I don't care because I want to be the first to see this and talk to it about with my friends.
Yep.
I think the last actual like midnight release I saw was Force Awakens.
At midnight, really?
It might have been. It was either Force Awakens or it might have been. Yeah, it was because I remember because Derek was working till 10:00 at Lowe's at that point, closing, and he got there late. And they were trying to give his seat away. We kept telling him, "No, he's in the bathroom. He's in the bathroom." Me and Baron held it down because they were trying to give his seat away.
For the Force Awakens.
Mm-hmm.
Was he? That's right. I'm trying to think when he moved down to our area.
I don't think he was. I think he was down there by then. I think that he was down there, but still working.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have been closing.
Oh, I don't know. Then he was in paint. So.
He might have still been in paint then, but it was around that time that he started.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to think of the last midnight showing I saw. Like, um, I can't even tell you. It might have been Jurassic Park 2.
Really?
Yeah,
I used to make it a point to go out to every single midnight release.
because we would do the 10 o'clock show on Friday nights. Because it wouldn't. You still had your diehard movie fans there, and there weren't kids.
Yeah.
So we did that's when I was married. We went to a lot of 10 o'clock showings on Friday nights because we could get off work, we could go to dinner, go to the mall, go to Walmart, buy stuff we wanted, and then end up at the movie theater. Or we could just come home, relax relax a little while, or we could travel and go to a movie as opposed to going to a movie in town. Like we would go to Orlando, we would go to a 10 o'clock show. So I miss the late shows, but I don't know if I can make it to a late show now.
I could, but I'm so used to waking up early that I don't know if I could.
Yeah, even if I'm up till 1, I'm still getting up at like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Dude, you know what I said? Like this weekend, I was like, I was getting over my cold, and I'm like, I'm just gonna take this last night. This is my last NyQuil I'm gonna take, and I'm just gonna sleep off the rest of this cold. I'll sleep in Saturday, and have a good time. You know how long my sleep in was?
No,
I woke up at 7:30. And don't get me wrong, I laid in bed trying to get back to sleep.
but here's the thing: if I'm like up till like 2 or 3, and then I sleep till like 9, I'm still only getting like 6 hours sleep, and then I feel like I wasted my morning because I got up at 9:30 or so.
Yeah. Well, that's how I used to feel. Even when I worked like midnight shift, if I slept in till like 10, I felt like I wasted my half my day.
Because like even now, like if like me and Josie go shopping, like we'll go to Indianapolis or whatever, or we'll go up to Fort Wayne. I'm usually picking her up like at 9:30, so we can get down there and we do a little bit of shopping, and then we go eat lunch, and then we'll go back out and go shopping again.
Mhm.
Walk her lunch off. But we're still getting up pretty early. Even if we go to Fort Wayne, we're usually leaving by like 8:30 or 9. So yeah, I don't sleep in anymore.
It's not that I don't want to.
It's stupid. Well, when I worked retail, you didn't work. If you worked, like you said, you worked till close. Like I worked retail a lot and I closed a lot. So I didn't have to be up early the next morning. So
Mhm.
I would get up at 10, 11, goof off, go to work, get off at 9, come home, stay up and watch TV and, do whatever because I could, and then go to sleep at like 3 o'clock in the morning, play video games.
Do I miss the days when I could, closed and like would be up till 4 in the morning gaming or, goofing off with my friends? Yes. What do I want to go back? No.
I do miss that. I do miss like when I was first married and like
Mhm.
somebody liked me. But or even when we first dated or when we got married because I miss that going out to dinner on a Friday. Like you had something to look forward to on the weekends.
Yeah.
Like I have fake anticipation of the weekends now because I don't do anything. But then even when we were married, we would go every Friday night. We were out going out to eat. We very rarely stayed at home on the weekends. Friday night we go out to eat or go to a movie, or we would
Mhm.
cook and then go to a movie. Then if we were going to Orlando the next day, we used to go to Orlando quite a bit, or Gainesville, so which is the equivalent to Indianapolis and Fort Wayne. So I mean, we were always out and about doing something. I miss that. I miss the being active and going out and doing stuff. Going out to eat with people. I do miss going out to eat with people.
Well, if I
I
lived
do.
in town, we would. So
Oh, I know. I'll take Josie every once in a while, but damn, that's 2 meals
Yeah, 'cause you got to pay for her.
because I got to pay for her. And that's not a date either. That's like taking your kid out. So
Tell her to get a job.
I keep telling her to get a job. She's like, I'm busy. Meanwhile, other girls like in her choir have a job.
What is she busy with? Sitting at home on TikTok?
That's what I said. She's like, it doesn't matter what I'm busy. I called her out on it. Like her friend, like there's this girl in her group, and she works at Crew Car Wash, and she does dancing. Plus, she does show choir. So don't tell me that you're too busy. You can't go get a job, Josie. So she's a senior. She's gonna do something. Life's gonna hit her here real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's all downhill unless she gets a good job. But she said she's going to college. She gets a free ride to college, so she said she's going to Ball State.
Take advantage of it.
Heck yeah.
What's she going to do without you at Ball State? God.
I don't know. I really don't know what.
She's
I
built
guess I'll
her
have to.
friend
I'll,
group around you now.
I'll have to. I guess I'll have to go over there every once in a while and hang out with her. I don't know what's in Muncie, but
Nothing.
I mean it's not that far.
There's
To
some good
Indianapolis.
restaurants. You know, you could always meet me halfway in Muncie then too.
Yeah.
There's a nice movie theater in Muncie that, you know, if there's ever a good movie that we want to go see, that's where I would say we go. That or Castleton, but Castleton, we need some body armor.
Hey kid. Well, there's still that one in like Carmel, Noblesville, down by Deer Creek.
Oh yeah, true. That one's a nice one.
That
I
was a
forgot
nice
they
one.
reopened it.
But it's still expensive though. God.
Yeah, because it's an IMAX.
Yeah. But that is a nice theater. I've seen quite a bit of movies there.
I'm so used to Kokomo. Like even Richmond is cheap, so it's like I'm lucky. And it's like I'm so used to like Kokomo or like I don't want to say cheap AMC's, but like not the non-expensive AMC's that aren't up to date.
Right.
And I'm like, I just don't want to. I don't want to deal with it paying $15 for a movie like everybody else.
Well, even like I was thinking back in like the '90s, like a Downtown Disney. That's an AMC theater, right?
Hmm.
And like
That's nice theater. I walked by. I wanted to go see a movie, but we had, other things to do.
but it never used to be like super expensive. Like we would go there quite a bit. We saw Titanic there because it's
Well,
a better
no,
theater than what was
because
in
they
our
weren't
town.
paying actors, $200 million.
That's
Most
true. I mean, we
most of the
saw
budget for movies is for actors
we
budgets.
we saw Episode 1 there. We saw Titanic there. And then we would just like see random movies there. But I think on a Friday night, and this was back in the late '90s, early 2000s, it might have been $10, which that's not bad for a night movie in a resort.
Mm-mm.
I don't know how much they are now, but
Ask Derek and Maddie. They went to see Rise of Skywalker there.
I'm not sure I'll get right on that.
I brought them up too much this episode, but
I'll get right on that. I'll get right on it. I'll
I
text
believe
him.
in you.
Hey, his sister's a 500 Festival Queen. Did you know that?
Princess, but yes, I
Well,
know
you
that.
know what I mean. Yeah, she's a 500 Queen princess. That's cool. I might run into her. I'll be at the track all month.
Make it
Well,
awkward for him.
it's not, but it's not for me.
I know.
It's only for you. It's not for me. But that's not you. That's not you. That's them. So, but it is what it is.
Yep. All right. Let's wrap it up. Do you have any shower thoughts this time?
I thought I did it. Hang on, let me check. I thought I did. Hold on. Did you watch the? You should watch Chris Rock special while I'm looking this up on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
It is really, really good. He goes off on people. He says people say that words hurt. Words don't hurt. A slap hurts. He goes off on Will Smith. This is hysterical. Um, but I highly recommend it. Watch that. Let's see if I've got one. I do not. I'll have to Google one.
Younger generations are not going to know the excitement of finding cash you forgot in your clothing.
Boy, ain't that the truth.
Nothing beats finding $5 in your pocket after doing the laundry.
That's the truth. Or they won't have the joy of rolling freaking nickels, so you can go to the movie theater. I used to pay with a roll of nickels because it was a right when I worked at this drugstore in this shopping plaza. There was like a little movie theater at the end of the plaza that I worked in.
Mm-hmm.
So I would go to the movies all the time there, and for a while I was getting in free, but um, I would be so broke I would like pay in change because I didn't have enough money.
Hey, it works.
It worked. Yeah, I paid in quarters. I paid a roll of nickels because a roll of nickels is $2. So I gave him a roll of nickels one time.
So there's one time when I was working at the liquor store. I forget what it was, but I didn't. I didn't think I should have had to pay back somebody for something, and I was mad that I had to pay them back because I never charge people. One thing I've never charged people for gas when I take them when I drive. You know, it's
Right.
just what I do. I never charge people for gas because it's like, well, I want to go there too, and I might as well take you with me. Um, and so I think the person made me pay for gas. So you know what I did when I was at the liquor store? I got a bunch of rolls of quarters out of our safe, and I paid them as quarters. And I didn't keep it rolled up. I broke them open.
Oh, dude, seriously?
Yeah, I don't know if that was the right thing to do, but it was I was being petty, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Cuz
I
I'd
mean,
never
like,
charged them for gas, so why
well,
should they
like,
charge me for gas?
okay, so like me and my nephew, like we'll go to the track or whatever, right? Or we'll go to a basketball game or we'll do something, right?
Mhm.
Me and my nephew Joe. So we will split. Like if he drives, I pay for parking, or if I
Mhm.
drive, he pays for parking. Because everywhere we go, we got to pay to park. So that's a pretty good trade off, I think. So if we go to the speedway, um, and I drive, he pays for parking.
Okay.
So that's
Hey,
which is like $10, $15 depending. So that's not bad. Or sometimes I'll buy me or like if I drive and he pays to park and parking's like $15, I will buy him like I'm getting a drink, you want something, and I'll buy him a soda. And it kind of so money never exchanges hands. Like it's
mhm.
always
Well,
goods
that's
and
how we do it,
services.
You buy the tickets and then I'll buy the soda or the
Right. Yeah.
popcorn
Yeah. Yeah.
or vice versa.
Me and my brother been doing that, and my cousin too. My cousin Andy. Money never exchanges hands. It's all goods and services. It's been like that since the '90s, since since we've had jobs essentially.
Well, you know why? Because fuck the IRS.
That's right.
And I get audited now.
I got my tax checks in the mail this time. I don't know why I didn't sign up. I gave them my banking information. I don't know why I got a
Well,
hard.
I was gonna do it through direct deposit,
That's what I did.
and they were gonna take $50 from the federal and 20 from the state. So my dad's like, "No, we're doing it paper. They don't charge you then."
What happened to free tax returns? Like you could do them for free.
Well,
When
why
did they
doesn't the
start
government
charging?
tell us how much we owe them? They already know how much we owe them, or they owe us. So why don't they just automatically do it? Why do we have to do our taxes?
Yeah, this is true. And
Anyways, that's a topic for another day. You can watch and listen to us at YouTube. You can catch us at Pod Nerds on Twitter, Hoosier Nerds on Facebook. You can listen to us at your favorite podcast networks. And if you have any ideas for other ones we should upload to, hit us up. But we got Spotify, iTunes, podcast or God, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, and TuneIn Radio. I was gonna say Pod Nerds Radio.
Ooh, that would be cool if we had Pod Nerds Radio. Pod Nerds Radio.
What if you be a morning zoo?
Yes, definitely. And then we'd have a guy that talks like this all the time.
Yeah, car screech, gunshots.
Yes. All that other cheesy radio banter.
Anyways, you'll never know who your nerds. And that one was lame.
Because that's me and Chris lately.